So first of all, let me say thank you again. For coming on. So I did my research because I went and found the actual tweet. See, I got the topic from a meme, but I went and found the actual tweet, and I was going through some of the
guys'
comments,
responses too.
some of the guys' responses, and I did take some screenshots of them. So I'm going to share that with you today. But first, let me say thank you so much for joining me. Sipping Pretty with Aisha Hadiya is a spinoff of Coffee and Apple Juice, the podcast. This is simply a little mini segment that I wanted to put together that consists of nothing but girl talk. No men, no boys allowed here. None whatsoever.
Love
No
that.
boys.
Love that.
Unless they are part of the LGBTQ community. But other than that, strictly for the ladies.
Yeah.
And I just be finding little topics on social media that I be want to talk about, especially if it has a lot to do with us females. So thank you again for being my first guest.
You're welcome.
So before we get started, if you want to go ahead and tell the people about your podcast, you're more than welcome to.
Well, I am Miss T of Chats and Vibes with Miss T, uncut and unscripted. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and all of the podcast platforms. Pretty much talking about all of the day-to-day conversations, the good, the bad, the ugly, the topics that people are not too comfortable discussing. I discuss. So look me up,
Okay.
check me out, and follow and subscribe.
All right. So today's topic, I was on Instagram and found a tweet. You know how people turn tweets into memes. I found a tweet that was a meme, and
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to have this conversation because I don't think that, for one, I feel like a lot of women would hear this and be like, "Oh my God, that has happened to me." And then
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of men aren't aware of this that they're doing. And so this, I wanted to have this topic. I mean, I wanted to have this conversation because I feel like a lot of times we want to bring awareness to certain situations, but we don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
judged, or
Mm-hmm.
we don't want to be misunderstood, or whatever the case may be. So the meme said, some women have a higher body count because they're afraid to say no when they are put in a situation that involves sexual pressure from a man. But I don't think the slut shamers are ready to have that conversation. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So then she goes forward to say, I've said no before and they got angry. I've said no before and they hit me. I've said no before and they spread rumors
Mm.
about me. I've said no before and they raped me. Stop telling women to just say no and start teaching men to respect women. Now,
Mm.
I'm not asking you to put your personal business out for the world to know.
Mhm.
Me personally, I'm an open book, and I have been in situations during my younger years where a guy, I didn't really want to take it there, but I liked the guy so much, and he just pressured me into doing it. And I was like,
Mhm.
but I really like him, so let me just go ahead and do it, even though I don't want to. Now, we're not saying that these guys are forcing us. We're not saying that, but what we are saying is, um, when we say no and they continue to just nag about and just pressure us to do it verbally, that's more so what I'm speaking on.
Yeah.
Now, when I decided to do this topic, I did a little bit more digging because I wanted to hear some of the men's responses, because I feel like in all actuality, I don't think that they're really aware that what they're doing is wrong. Okay.
I disagree. I think some of them do know. I think some of
You
them
think?
do know. I think some of them actually do know because I think guys have a tendency of picking up on vibes from women.
Mhm.
If they can look you, they can sniff you out. If they can tell that, your self-esteem might be a little low, or what if you fresh out of a breakup, or, you just done had a hard time, coming up in your household, they can sniff that shit out and they will use it to their advantage.
I
Now,
think
I do
now
believe that
I'm
there
sorry.
is a small amount of those who are strictly just dumbfounded,
That's what I was
that
gonna
they
say.
just
Yeah.
don't. But
So
I
that,
wouldn't say
that's what I
all
was
of
gonna
them.
say. Yeah. So
Hmm.
I was gonna say that you're right. I feel like a lot of men, they do know what they're capable of, and they do know some of the situations that they're in. But we can't
Hmm.
we can't just put every man in that box. I feel like there
Nope.
are some men who um they just don't know. They don't know how to read the room. They don't know how to read facial expressions and body language. You know, we have to accept the fact that we do have some men who are like that, right? So I found the tweet. I found the original tweet, which is this tweet. This was way last year in June when this tweet was, when she did this, right? So I was going through and I did a couple screenshots of some tweets that I thought was really disturbing. Well, I'm not gonna say disturbing because some of them aren't disturbing, but I tried to get most of the guys' responses to just showcase the ignorance, okay? Because a lot is definitely ignorance. So this one says, but how is someone supposed to know that they are uncomfortable with the situation if they don't make any communications to convey that? I don't think you're ready for that one. So
go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I got something for that one.
So, like I said, we have to accept the fact that we are living amongst species that do not know how to read the room. They don't understand body language, or they choose to ignore body language for their own selfish gain. It's not, how are you supposed to know? If I'm verbally telling you no, you need to take it as is and just let it go. I told you no, you know?
But they're not going to stop there. If it's something that they truly are after, like if it is their ultimate goal to get your ass naked, then if you don't just get, I want to say, forceful with them or physical, or just get your stuff and leave, they go continue to do it. They go keep, just trying, because you saying no, but you ain't really making them stop, I guess. You know what I'm saying? You know how we could be like, no, but we ain't really pushing them away, or
or they think we playing,
or they
can think we playing. So now all of the screenshots that I took, all of them wasn't bad, because like I said, I feel like a lot of guys really are unaware. So I had this one tweet where the guy said, this is something I've never thought of. I don't slut shame, but it's a perspective that I needed to learn. Thank you for educating me.
Yeah.
And I thought, I appreciated that text, or, that tweet, because he's being honest at the fact that he didn't think that was a thing. He didn't think that what he was doing was causing somebody else discomfort.
Yeah.
And he's willing to go the extra mile to, educate himself, or, just to reach out and say, hey, I'm looking at it from a different point of view now,
And sometimes it takes that moment to step out of your own head or your own space for a minute. What it looks like to you might not be the same view from where I'm sitting.
Right.
Look at it from both sides, of the fence. So that's good. Some guys are just so closed-minded, they wouldn't have even accepted the fact that it was something that they never thought about, or ever thought about it was an issue. So kudos to that guy.
Right. And then so this is the last. I have a bunch, but I don't want to take up too much time. But this one right here really pissed me off. Oh my God, it really pissed me off.
Okay, so we got one good comment, and this is the asshole comment. Okay,
this is the asshole, okay? And oh my God, it pissed me off, because I'm like, wait, what? So Lord. This guy say, damn, y'all can't be accountable for shit, huh?
What that means?
He's basically saying, so we're not going to take accountability for the part that we play.
We did, meaning when we said that I did it, but I really didn't want to. That is us taking accountability for it.
But what accountability do I need to take when you asked if we can have sex and I told you no,
and you say no,
pressure me to doing it, and I do it just so that, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, we do it because we don't want to have to deal with the aftermath if we say no. We don't want to have to deal with the arguing, the possibility of you getting angry, the possibility of you putting your hands on us or forcing us. You know what I'm saying?
Or no longer giving us that attention that, you've been giving us. Maybe you'll stop, talking to me to go talk to somebody else. So
right. So a lot of women do it to keep their man from cheating. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what accountability do the woman need to take? Why is it that men are so weak when it comes to women that they can't compose themselves sexually?
Wow.
So I have a bunch. I have a bunch more, but that one pissed me off.
It's a two-edged sword. I don't think I think if we acted the way guys act toward us sexually, they wouldn't be able to handle it.
They
I
wouldn't.
don't think they would be able to really handle it. I don't think.
Right. Now I
Mm-mm.
have a bunch more that really piss me off, and I want to share these too, because it's the people that are making the comments that's pissing me off even more, right? So
Mm.
one guy says, y'all gonna blame everything on the man, huh? Laugh out loud. Then we have one guy that say, Lord, what? And then this one guy right here, he was like, grow up and just say no, the fuck. And it's
Oh.
it's reason. Okay, so if you don't know anything about the woman species, you know that 75% of women can't even orgasm. When it comes to having sex, 75% of women are really just having it just to be having it. They don't even
Going through the
orgasm.
motions.
And it's like,
Mm.
I don't think men understand how vulnerable and how uncomfortable, or just how vulnerable a woman can be when it comes to sexual situation. Now, don't get me
Mm.
wrong, because all women are, extremely comfortable with them with their sexual selves,
On
but it's
sexuality.
it's situations like this where we're telling y'all situations that y'all may not even be aware of. We're letting y'all know of how comfortable certain things are with us sexually, and we don't even have y'all support. Y'all not even trying to reach out and get a better understanding of where we're coming from. But instead, y'all make conversation, y'all make comments like, what do you say? Well, grow up and just say no, or so y'all gonna blame everything on men. It's comments like this, and it's men with this type of mindset
Mm-hmm.
that make certain sexual situations extremely uncomfortable for women.
Yeah,
Extremely
I
uncomfortable
don't
for
think
women.
they realize, or I think a lot of them forget that we, and I've said this a numbers of times, females are emotional creatures. If we ain't nothing else,
Yes, very emotional,
we
very
are damn
emotional.
emotional. And just because we go along with stuff does not necessarily mean that we just genuinely approve of
Are
it
okay with it,
or
right?
okay with it. I mean, a lot of us go along with shit throughout our life within our relationships that go along to get along mentality because we're trying to keep the peace, trying to keep,
Mhm.
the arguing down.
We go through it because we're in fear of what could happen.
You just trying to keep the peace.
Yeah,
You
I
just
don't
trying to
think
keep the
men get
peace.
that,
I don't think a lot of them do. Some of them do.
and they
They
still
may
choose
not
to
want, and they
choose
still,
violence. Hmm.
mm, or not even violence, just
Well,
pure
you know what I mean.
ignorance
Like they still
or
choose to go with
ignore
whatever. Yeah, ignore
and
it. Yep.
ignore. And I mean, they be the first ones to get in their feelings when it comes to their feelings, but when it comes to ours, it's like they don't want to understand.
Yep. They just in it for their own personal gain. To hell with how you feel. I want it and I want it now. You either gonna give it to me, or I'm gonna get it from somewhere else, or I'm gonna take it. That type of attitude. That's crazy.
Were they younger guys or were they, how
Um,
old would you think they were?
these guys don't look old. I would say between the age range of 20 and maybe 26,
Okay, then them
27,
comments,
28.
yeah, I can
But
see
I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
I can't really say.
Mhm.
Because like this guy, he looks older, and he was like, if a lady is afraid to say no, but voices out yes, and the man is completely unaware of what is going on in her head, does that count as pressure? That was his comment to
Ooh.
the post. So now that takes a spin on things, right? Because
Uh,
the body language is saying no, but we go ahead and say, yeah, that can be a tad bit confusing, but I'm not finna use confusion as an excuse.
I wouldn't use confusion as an excuse either because I can see, just making an example. If I'm trying to come on to my partner or mate sexually and they just laying there, they ain't trying to kiss me back. I'm trying to get some caressing in, they ain't trying to touch me
Mm-hmm.
back. Why would I still try to keep, moving forward when I honestly see that,
Yeah.
okay, maybe they ain't in the mood right now or something else going on. But for y'all to, flip that script and get those same actions from us, y'all will keep going.
They ignore that. Yeah, they'll keep going. Because if I'm trying to get some attention from my man and he don't give it to me, that's gonna piss me out to the point where, you know what, fuck you then.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But like with guys, it's like they're gonna keep on. Like I said, they don't read the room. They don't focus on body language. They just,
the only thing they focusing on is getting one off and busting
getting them. Yes.
Let's just be real. They not looking at nothing else.
So we have a young lady who said, even when you say no, it's like continued pressure until you finally say yes, which is basically the point of the tweet. We say no and y'all continue to verbally pressure us till we say yes. And sometimes that pressure can even include a threat. Well, if you ain't gonna give it to me, I'm gonna go get it from somewhere else. And because of our emotional side, which is our dominant, because we feel so much for you, we're gonna give in and say yes so that we don't lose you. But then 9 times out of 10, we end up losing you anyways to another woman.
And not just losing them, but why even put yourself in a situation to lose yourself? True. You know, I mean, yeah, he might go over here or go over there, but who's to say? And let's just be real, who's to even say that if we do sleep with you, that you go still do right by us? Who's to say that you might be like, you know what, hey, that's all I wanted anyway. I was only nice to you, so I could and then you don't hear from them no more anyway. So either way, you still left, you know, picking your damn face up off the floor. So forget losing them and try not to just lose yourself into it. If it's something you don't want to do, don't do it.
Exactly. Yeah. I definitely agree with that, but
don't do it.
Yeah, we have to also be mindful of some of the young ladies who aren't strong built like that.
Yeah.
We have to keep in mind there's a lot of women out here looking for love and they're willing to accept anything because they feel like that's what it is. You know, it took me to hit 32, 33. I was in my 30s when I finally had to admit to myself, I don't really know what real love is. I've never witnessed healthy love, you know, even just looking back in my past from, you know, relationships that I've been up close and personal with, seen with my own. I've never witnessed real love. And it took a long time for me to realize that. I admitted to a friend guy that a lot of my children were conceived because I thought I was in love when really I was just looking for something that I longed for and never got it. And all I got was kids. And don't get me wrong, because I love my babies and I'm not going to take that, you know, I'm not down in my babies at all. But the point I was trying to make is he was like, how you end up with 4 kids? And I told him, you know, I ended up with 4 kids because I thought I loved somebody. And I thought me having a man kids was going to keep him here. And that wasn't even the case, you know. Yep. So but yeah, this topic, it really hit home for me because I can actually admit that I've been in a situation like this in my past. Now, of course, I got a strong back. I'm not as weak as I used to be. So a man will never, you know, put me in that position again. But it's women out here who really haven't been through anything to really gain the strength like I have. So they may continue to fall victim to certain men who use these tactics to get what they want from women.
And for those guys who, you know, think they are just also, you know, running his, what I call Billy D. Williams lines on women. A lot of y'all, let me just bust your bubble real quick, because a lot of y'all think y'all game is oh so good, and really it's not, because first of all, we knew he was gonna fuck you 3 days ago. So True. Don't think that you ain't just, True. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be, you know what?
We be knowing the licks we gonna hit as soon as we see you.
Exactly. So don't make it.
And if you play your cards right, man, you ain't even gotta do a whole lot. Like
I'll let you think that you driving this car, but
okay.
No. I already had this made up in my mind. I'm just playing my part.
Listen, talk your shit, friend. Because I swear they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know.
I will be giggling right they don't know. You thinking you done finesse me. No, you nigga, you done got finessed.
Okay. Let's talk about how easy it is to fuck on y'all.
Exactly.
Let's talk about how easy it is to get y'all in the bed and get y'all clothes on.
Hold up, wait a minute. That's a whole nother 30-minute. That's another
girl. look, that's a whole nother brown liquor conversation.
Oh my God. Yeah, you definitely got to make sure you write that down on a post-it note because you're gonna have to hit that one.
Definitely will. Because
Y'all
these
talk
men don't even
about
know.
y'all talk bad on women or
They
whatever.
don't even
No,
know. They
y'all
don't
some
even
farted
know.
all the hoes too. So let's just go and put that
Okay.
out there. But okay, I'm finna sip my tea. All right, I'm done.
Listen.
Shit.
Well, thank you so much for joining me,
Hell.
Miss T. I really appreciate you. Once again, this is Sippin' Pretty with Aisha Hadiya. This is a spinoff, a girl talk, no boys allowed segment. I'm going to bring you guys these conversations every week, Fridays on all podcast platforms, and we're going to be on YouTube. Miss T, thank you so much for joining me. I really enjoyed this conversation. I feel like we really need to bring awareness to situations like this, because I really feel like a lot of guys aren't aware that they are using these tactics to get what they want from women. And then we need to shut down those guys who do use these tactics because they know that they can get what they want.
I agree.
So before we sign out, go ahead and shout out your podcast real quick.
Chats and Vibes, y'all, with Miss T, uncut and unscripted. You can find me on all the podcast platforms, as well as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So holla at your girl.
All righty. And once again, I'm Aisha Hadiya, and this is Sippin' Pretty with me. See y'all next time.
Later.
Bye.